Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I am Nadeem from JK College. Today we are going to discuss class 9th, chapter number 2, structure of atom or atomic structure, page 33. So come to the page 33. Today my topic is isotopes. Remember that in this topic we will study what are the isotopes, and we will also discuss few examples of isotopes, and at the end we will discuss the applications of isotopes or uses of isotopes. So first of all, let me explain the term isotopes. It is the combination of two words, iso from isos and topes from topos. Isos mean same, topos mean place. Same place, iso same, topes place. This is because that the isotopes of an element occupy same position in modern periodic table. For example, if an element have three isotopes, for example hydrogen have three isotopes, so hydrogen with atomic number 1 present at the top of the periodic table, it represents all the three isotopes. So all the three isotopes occupy same position in periodic table. Today we are going to discuss the isotopes. Let me define the isotopes first of all. What are isotopes? Isotopes are the atoms of the same element which have same atomic number but different mass numbers. Such atoms are said to be the isotopes of each other. Phenomena is called isotopy. So there is another definition which can be stated as atoms of the same element which have same number of electrons and protons but different number of neutrons. So isotopes differs from each other on the basis of different number of neutrons, and neutrons are the neutral particles which are present inside the nucleus, while the chemical properties of the elements of the atoms depends upon electrons, and the number of electrons remain constant in all the three isotopes. That's why isotopes have same chemical properties. Isotopes differ from each other with respect to the number of neutrons. So one isotope will have one number of neutrons, or the other isotope will have different number of neutrons. So neutron is the heavy particle, so isotopes have different masses from each other. So when they have different masses due to the presence of different number of neutrons, the physical properties depends upon mass. When masses are different, isotopes have different physical properties. So normally question comes in exam, internal exam, it can be in board exam, that why isotopes of an element have different physical properties but same chemical properties. So I have explained the reason to this question. So now let me proceed towards the further. Now we will discuss number 1, isotopes of hydrogen. Let me discuss these isotopes number by number of hydrogen. So first of all, let me draw it first. The first isotope of hydrogen which have, this is the nucleus, it has only one proton and one electron, 1 for the number, E for electron. This isotope has no neutron. It has atomic number 1. You know what is the atomic number? Atomic number is the number of electrons present in an atom, or it is the number of protons present in the nucleus. So it has one electron or it has one proton. So atomic number, atomic ATNO, this is atomic number, it is equal to 1. You know, mass number, it is, what is the mass number actually? Mass number is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons present inside the nucleus. So mass number is the sum of the number of neutrons and proton present in the nucleus. So it has no neutron with just one proton. So it has mass number equal to 1. So its atomic number is 1, also the mass number is 1. This isotope is called protium. This is called what? Protium. It is called ordinary hydrogen, and the water contains more than 99% of this isotope. The second isotope of hydrogen is it has one proton, one neutron and one electron. So again, atomic number is the number of electrons present in a all shells are present in an atom, so it has just one electron, so atomic number is 1. Atomic number can also be the number of protons present. The number of proton is 1, so it has atomic number 1. You know, mass number is the sum of the number of proton and neutron, so 1 plus 1, it is equal to 2. The third isotope of this is called deuterium. That is called deuterium. This is the second isotope of hydrogen, and it is present in comparatively small amount as compared to protium. You can check the relative percentages in your book. So the third isotope of hydrogen, which is called the rare hydrogen, it has one proton, one electron and two neutrons. So again it has atomic number 1, mass number 1 plus 2, 3. Now look at me, students, here. This is called tritium. This is very rare and it is normally present in upper atmosphere of stars and galaxies. So, you know, these are the three isotopes of hydrogen: protium, deuterium and tritium. Which thing is common? Look at, they have same atomic number. All the three isotopes have atomic number 1, atomic number 1, atomic number 1. Look at the mass number. The mass number is 1 for protium, 2 for deuterium and 3 for tritium. So I have defined the isotopes. So look at, this is quite clear here. Isotopes are the atoms of the same element, that is hydrogen. Let's say hydrogen, which have the same atomic number. Look at this here, atomic number is same, but mass number is different. Here the mass number is 1, here the mass number is 2, while here the mass number is 3. So this was something about the isotopes of hydrogen. Now there is a very small topic which normally it is a short question in paper. Let me discuss that topic. You know that hydrogen has 3 isotopes. One is protium. You know the formula of water, H2O. It is called ordinary water, normal water or ordinary water. It has, protium is one of the isotope of hydrogen. So normal water have mostly the protium. There is another type of water which is called heavy water, which has deuterium instead of protium. So that isotope has formula D2O. This is called heavy water. This is called ordinary water or normal water. So normally there is a question in paper, differentiate between ordinary water and heavy water. So look at this now. Ordinary water is the water which contain protium is primary isotope, or which have protium in it. Deuterium is the water which heavy water is the water which has deuterium instead of protium. So protium is normally written as H1 in your book, while the deuterium is normally written as H2 in your book, but they are also represented by D. You know, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees C, while the boiling point of this is something greater than 100 degrees C. Let me write it. So students, we are going to differentiate between the ordinary water and heavy water. Ordinary water has formula H2O, heavy water has formula D2O. One difference can be on the basis of the definition that the ordinary water is the water which has protium is the primary isotope, while the heavy water is the water which have deuterium instead of protium. The boiling point, BP here represents the boiling point. Boiling point of ordinary water is 100 degrees C, while that of D2O is greater because it has greater mass, 101.2 degrees C. The melting point of ordinary water is 0.00 degrees C, while that of that's given in your book in tabular form. You can also check there. 3.81 degrees C is greater. Density is 0.99701 gram per centimeter cube, while that of heavy water is 1.044 gram per centimeter cube. Now students, we are proceeding towards the isotopes of carbon. Carbon has 3 isotopes. One isotope of carbon has atomic number 6, mass number 12. Remember that this is the symbolic representation of an isotope. Always remember that this represents the symbol. Here C represents the carbon. At the left bottom side, this is atomic number. It shows the number of electrons or number of protons. You know, number of electron and proton are equal in an atom, so it can show the number of electrons, or it can also show the number of protons. It has mass number 12. You know, mass number is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus. So this is the first isotope of carbon. Similarly, there is another isotope of carbon which is represented as C6H13. It is present as round about 98.8%, and its percentage is 1.1%, while the third isotope is C614. This is a radioactive, and its percentage is very small, 0.009%. So you can also check the percentages. You must be able to draw their structures. For example, if you want to draw its structure, what will you do? Let's say I am going to draw the structure of this carbon. What is the atomic number? 6. So this is the nucleus. Put 6 protons. You know, the number of protons and electrons are equal, so let me put 6 electrons. First shell can accommodate 2 electrons, while the second shell can accommodate 4 electrons. Okay, so this is the first isotope, and if you want to write the number of neutrons, so always remember that number of neutrons can be determined by subtracting the atomic number from mass number. Mass number is 12 minus atomic number, which is 6, 12 minus 6, it gives us what? 6. So it also have 6 neutrons. So you can, in the same pattern, you can draw the other isotopes. The only difference will be this, that this isotope will have 7 neutron and this isotope will have 8 neutrons. So on the basis of these, you can differentiate between these two. Now let us proceed towards the isotopes of chlorine. Chlorine has two isotopes, one Cl17 35 and Cl17 37. Remember that this represents atomic number, mass number. Cl for is a symbol for chlorine. So it has both these two have same atomic number 17 and 17, mass number are different. So these are the isotopes of each other. The percentage of this is 75.75, almost 75%, and it has the percentage around about 25%. So you can also check these percentages in your book, but you must be able to draw their structures. How to draw their structures, we will discuss this in class as well. And similarly, let me proceed towards the isotopes of uranium. Remember that uranium has symbol U. It has three isotopes: uranium 92 234, uranium 92 235, and uranium 92 238. So all the three isotopes of the uranium have same atomic number of 92, 92, 92, but they have the different mass number. One has the 234 mass number, the second is 235, while the third is this isotope. The isotope, this isotope is present in larger amount, this is present in small amount, and this is present in trace amount. So you remember that out of these three, this isotope uranium 235, this is fissionable. Fissionable means it can undergo breakage. When the nucleus of this isotope is allowed to hit with the neutron, it disintegrates and produces some other radiations. So this is fissionable. That's why it is used in atomic bombs, also in nuclear power plants for the power generation. So this isotope is fissionable. The fission or the breaking of the nucleus of this isotope releases a lot of energy, and that energy is quite large. For example, when we compare the energy of obtained from uranium and coal, let us study a data given in your book. If you have 1 kilogram of 1 kg of uranium 235, normally isotopes are shown by their mass number because they have different mass numbers. So if you have 1 kilogram of uranium 235, the energy released by 1 kilogram of U-235 will be equal to the heat or energy released by burning 17,000 kilograms of coal. I think this is the enough quantity to burn all the GK college. You can, if you take such amount of coal, so this will be enough for GK college to catch fire. So it's a huge amount, 17,000 kilogram of coal. So the energy produced by 17,000 kilogram of coal is equal to the energy produced, energy mean heat produced by the 1 kilogram of uranium 235. And similarly, when the uranium the 235 disintegrates, the reaction is shown already shown in your book. it disintegrates, it is converted into thorium and releases an alpha particle, which is given in your book. You can also study. So I have discussed all the isotopes and their properties and stop. Students, now we will discuss another topic, uses of isotopes. This topic is given at the bottom of the page 35 of chapter number 2, again atomic structure or structure of atom. So when you come or when you arrive at the page 35, check the bottom, there is a topic 2.2, uses of isotopes. So what are the uses of isotopes, how they can be utilized in industry or for some other purpose, for medical purpose, for analytical purpose, for biochemical purpose. So they have discussed a few points in your book. Remember that in exam they can ask a question about that, write any 3 uses of isotopes. So you have to write just 3 out of these. How many these are? These are total 7 uses of isotopes. So you can write any 3 if this question falls is a short question. But if this question fall is a long question in your book, then you have to write all the 7 uses of isotopes. Let me discuss the first one. Radioactive iodine 131. Remember that, iodine 131. This is the isotope of iodine, and you remember that due to the deficiency of iodine, a condition is caused which is called goiter, due to which the throat swells up and there is a huge swelling or outgrowth in the throat. This is a very serious condition, especially in mountainous areas where the water don't have the enough quantities of iodine. But this problem is very rare in the plain areas. So they develop a condition or a disease which is called goiter. So this iodine 131 is used to diagnose thyroid disorders or disease. The second use of isotope is about the Na24, Na sodium 24. The second isotopes, they use sodium is a tracer of the blood to detect the possible constrictions or obstruction in circulatory system. For example, at any point, the blood is circulated in arteries. If an arteries or capillaries block, how to check it? They use the second isotope of sodium, which is Na24. So sodium 24 is used as a tracer for diagnosing the obstructions or constrictions in circulatory system. I mean in artery, vein or capillary where there is a blockage. This isotope can be used as to locate that point where is the blockage. So the third use of isotope is the iodine, another isotope of iodine, which is I-123. This is used to image brain. If there is a you can say any tumor or any infection in brain or any injury in brain, so this is used to take the image of brain for medical purposes. Similarly, the fourth use of isotopes is the cobalt 60. Cobalt 60. It's a radioactive isotope and it is used to irradiate the cancer cells. For example, if you have a patient has a cancer, it is any part of the body, so those cells they are hit it with the you can hit those cells with the cobalt 60, and this causes the death of those cells. So the growth of the unwanted cell, which is a cancer, it stops. So this is normally used in radiology department to treat. This is also called radiotherapy. So to treat the cancer and other associated disease with radiations. So cobalt 60 is used for those purposes. You can say if undesirable growth of cells starts in any part of the body, it forms a solid mass which is called tumor. In Urdu it is called rasoli. So in order to treat it, in order to kill those cells which causes cancer or tumor is a type of cancer, you can say it. So it is used to control the growth of those cells. So in this way cancer is controlled. Carbon 14 is the fifth use of isotope is carbon 14. Remember that carbon 14 is very, very important. This is a radioactive isotope of carbon, and it is also used to trace the mechanism of photosynthesis, to trace the path of photosynthesis, how mechanism of photosynthesis takes place. It is used to study it. So similarly, the sixth use is that sulfur 35 S35, it is used to determine the molecular structures of various ions. For example, in your book they have given S2O3 thiosulfate ions. What is its structure? So this isotope is used to determine the structure of the thiosulfate ion. Similarly, radioactive isotopes are also used to study the mechanism of chemical reactions. Mechanism is actually the detailed pathway of a chemical reaction. For example, in chemical reaction, we just say that reactants are converted into products. But in how many steps, which bonds are broken down, which bonds are formed, in what is the sequence of their breakage and formation, the whole scheme is called mechanism. So what is the mechanism? Mechanism of chemical reaction is just the detailed description of the steps involved during the conversion of reactants into products. So the radioactive isotopes are also used to study the mechanism of chemical reactions. And remember that another use of carbon 14, in addition to determine the mechanism of photosynthesis, the last use of this isotope is that this isotope is also used to date the mummies, the trunk of trees, the skeletons. Let's say this, if you find anywhere a skeleton of a human being or skull, or the skeleton of dinosaur or any other animal, or a trunk of a tree, or rocks or stones, if you want to date it, that how much old it is. So in order to determine their ages, carbon 14 is present. There is also a short question in your book that which is wholly solely about the important information at page 36, that what is the use of carbon 14 and how it is used to determine the age of fossils or mummies, whatever I have said that. So this is an excellent technique, and this technique is called carbon dating. So carbon dating is a useful technique which employs the carbon 14 isotope, which is the radioactive isotope of carbon, and how to determine the age of anything, which may be a mummy, which may be a skeleton, maybe skull, maybe a trunk of tree, rocks, stones, statues, also anything, sculptures. So dear students, this was about the uses of isotopes. I hope you will understand it. I thank you all.